Hey everybody, Parks Owza here with Score.gg, and I'm joined by Hai from the analyst desk. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, no problem.
So first, I just want to talk about your transition. Normally we're used to seeing you out on the, various positions on the Rift, and now we get to see you on the analyst desk. So how did that kind of come about, and what are you doing there?
Right, it's pretty cool because it's different to be on the desk watching the games and commentating on like what people are doing wrong or good or whatever, compared to being that player that does something dumb or good. It's not as stressful, but it's also not as fun in a way. Watching someone play the game versus playing the game, I kind of like to play the game more than watching it, but it's a lot different, and I'm learning a lot about it.
Is that something that you were like when you weren't playing anymore, were you just sitting there kind of analyzing anyway and you kind of working on some of these things? Or was it an opportunity and you were like, oh yeah, sure, I'll try that?
No, after I was done playing pro, I tried streaming for a while to see if I enjoyed that or not. I didn't actually have that much fun with it. I found that the amount of hours you have to put into it and the fact that you have to be like entertaining every single day while playing the same game every day was very not my thing. So this opportunity came out about, and I was like, okay, I'll try it out, see if I have fun with it or not, and I'm liking it so far.
Well, that's good. Yeah, so, is this like I guess it's like a one split figuring things out right now?
Right. So I'm doing it for this split right now. I'm not full time or anything like that, but I think if I enjoy it a lot and if I do well enough, it could be something that happens. But I've been working on like a different project on the side on top of this, so.
Yeah, I would definitely want to talk about that. Do you have any kind of long-term goals with, broadcasting type of stuff or just, esports career?
Well, I would say I don't know if I'm necessarily like the perfect personality for a broadcaster, honestly. I have a few issues with like the way I talk and different things, but it's just like how I am. And it's not necessarily my like passion compared to other people. But as far as esports and being involved in it, that's definitely something I want to do for sure.
Well, that's good. Glad to have you. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you've definitely brought some stuff to the desk. So at least,
glad to hear that.
yeah, fun to have. And maybe, I think it's also fun to see someone with kind of, a different understanding of the game. Because a lot of, like Crumbs is back now, which is cool. And he was also a pro. But it's kind of nice. And so I think I want to ask about that because at least for the first chunk of the season, you were destroying Mark in the predictions. Like, just ridiculous. And he's kind of caught up a little bit.
Right. I've been having some interesting picks for fun because I'm believing in my friends. But it doesn't always work out when you try to root for the underdog, but it's more fun that way.
I think it's more fun. But, so do you feel like you have some sort of edge over other people who are analyzing the game because you played pro so long and you know these people intimately?
Well, I would say, I might understand the game more than them, but their ability to deliver the knowledge or what they want to say is a lot better than mine because I don't have as much experience, talking on a broadcast as they do. Like if it's about a team where I'm playing with people, telling them what to do, that might be a bit easier than me telling viewers like, hey, this is why people are doing things and like articulating that well. I don't do as well as them.
Yeah, that was something Dash has mentioned before where it's like you have to deliver information to diamonds and plats and golds and silver. So yeah, that makes sense.
It's much different. And like he's really good at like the way he like enunciates and talks. So I definitely envy that. That's something I could get better at, obviously. So it's something I'm working on.
Always stuff to work on. So how do you keep up with game changes? Normally like you're spamming solo queue, you're in scrims all the time. Have you found it harder, to adjust with kind of the differences in the games?
Well, I don't necessarily think you have to be like a pro to understand the changes. A lot of people, can read patch notes or watch other players play to learn what's happening. So even if I'm not playing at the professional level anymore, that doesn't really mean I don't understand what's going on. I spend more time watching the game than I did when I'm playing. Actually, no, it's probably less. I probably watched more when I was played. But, I still watch enough to understand what's happening. So, yeah, for sure.
Cool. So what are your favorite parts, in the new role? Like what are you, I guess, learning, about yourself, about, maybe like the love that you have for it, and then just anything else that's fun?
I think it's fun to be able to like rag on a player without them like getting mad or anything like that, because, like, at the end of the day, my job is to analyze the games and figure out who's doing what, whether it's bad or good, and go from there. Whereas if you're a player doing it, people might take that more personally, because, like, you play against them, they're probably going to think, oh, but you're not even a good player, or whatever. Like, they still might think that, but, at the end of the day, it is my job to, like, figure out who's doing good or bad and have to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever have anyone, like, bribe you? Like, yeah, I know you're on the like, we got this game.
No, that hasn't happened.
Anyone ever, like, message you after you were ragging on them?
No, because I don't think I've really ragged on anyone that hard. Like, sure, I've maybe, like, called someone out during, like, a game, specifically at one point. Mm-hmm. But I do my best not to, like, call them a bad player.
Yeah.
Some people just have bad games at times, and it happens. Yeah. I've been there plenty of times.
Awesome. So, yeah, I want to talk about Radiance.
Mm-hmm.
When did you announce this? About a month ago, maybe?
Right. So I sent a tweet out a couple weeks ago, I'd say, talking about, like, a soft launch of my new organization, Radiance. It's basically a new esports team, and I know that there's a ton of them out there already, and I believe what we want to do is going to be a bit different. Mm-hmm. So first and foremost, we're trying to create a brand identity, and what that identity is to be respectful, positive, and family-friendly to an extent, because we really want to push, like, non-toxicity forwards as our main driving point of our organization, since it is something that is prevalent in a lot of different games. Like, if you played CSGO, League, or even Overwatch and stuff like that, a lot of people are kind of, like, scared to use comms or communicate because they get flamed, and, like, that's not everyone in the community for sure. And I just want to go moving forward to really promote that, focus on the positive side of gaming, because there are experiences where you play a game and you're like, hey, this guy's really cool, this guy's really fun, you make friends playing games, and I believe we can really shine a light on that with all the things that we're doing, because we want to work with streamers and influencers and create cool ways that they can connect with their viewers, their fan bases, and give them, like, more opportunities to do that. We also want to work with professional players for different games. Ideally LCS down the line, but there's only 10 teams right now, and you can't really get in unless you also have 20 million. But even then, you have to wait for another slot. So if that ever comes, then hopefully we'll apply and, like, try to get in it, and really work on the relationship with the player and the organization. And then the last thing that we also want to work on is run these community events, tournaments, similar to Twitch Rivals, but put our own spin on it by involving the community to be a part of it, whether it be a caster, a player in it, or, like, choose different modes or games that they can play. So we ran an auto chess tournament the other week where we had 3 community members be a part of. So I think that's really cool, because at the end of the day, organizations, players, streamers, they are where they are because of the fan bases that support them. And with Radiance, we really want to, like, give back to them, like, include them into everything that we do.
That's really cool.
As a short gist. Well, that wasn't that short, I guess, but relatively.
That seems like a good summary. I really like the goal that you have, kind of the vision. I would agree. I think it's so easy to focus on toxicity because it's loud, and, like, we see it, everyone sees it, and it's like, media or Reddit or whatever, like, people like to click.
Negativity, like, gets more clicks than positivity, right? Yeah. But that doesn't always have to be the case, and it's just really important to have, like, your organization or your players really stand for something, because there are some orgs that do that well, whether it be, like, 100 Thieves and trying to be a hype beast, or G2 trying to be, like, villains. Other orgs, like, think of TSM, C9, and Team Liquid. While they're great organizations, I love the people that work for them and what they do, but they don't have necessarily an identity or something that they stand for. They have great players, great, like, streamers, all that, but I really want to be able to create an identity moving forward, because I think that's how you'll be able to, like, drive in a fan base and keep a fan base connected to you, since esports is a lot different than traditional sports. Like, I grew up in Michigan, so I was a fan of the Lions. I'm a fan of the Michigan State for whenever they play basketball and things like that. And esports doesn't have that. So I think people are trying to create ways for people to be fans outside of players.
I love that. And I like that you mentioned TSM and not really having a specific identity. I got flamed on Reddit for that. So, because I said the same.
I love TSM. Their merch is really cool. I love Reggie. The people that they work with and who they have play for them are all great people. But it's not ingenuous. It's not incorrect to say that they don't have disingenuous. It's not incorrect to say they don't necessarily have an identity. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're still a very successful, like, almost the successful esport team that you want to strive for. So
their identity is we chant TSM and we win a lot. And when it breaks down, like last season,
and the players work. All the players are happy being a part of them. The streamers are happy being a part of them. So they have nothing wrong with their model. It's just I want to do something different.
Yeah. Well, I like it. How'd you come up with the name? 'Cause that's
Actually,
hard.
right. Well, radiance, right? When you think of the word radiance, you think of something bright, shining, kind of like, in your face, kind of like a star. And that's kind of like what we're really going for, like being bright and vibrant. And I think that's a cool color and like theme to go for, whereas like a lot of teams have like dark themes and stuff like that. And while I was thinking of names, my girlfriend brought up the name Radiance actually while I was thinking of other ones, and that was the one that stuck with me the most.
Awesome. So who all, is it just you? Do you have a whole team?
Right. So myself is working on it, and I have about 5 others with me working on it. Some people you may or may not know. I have Lemon helping me out actually with it, and a few others. I don't know if everyone in the league team would know them. But I also have Degon helping me out. He used to be a LCS caster, and then for the amateur scene as well, and just other people as well.
Awesome.
And my
Lemon.
girlfriend, she's working with me too.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yep.
Lemon was my first interview, so
Oh, really?
shout out to Lemon because it was not good. So thank you for putting up with that. Cool. Anything else you want to say about Radiance?
Honestly, we're gonna be doing a lot more announcements this month on it since it's still a fresh project. It's very grassroots, so I don't have like millions and millions of dollars just to buy whatever player or streamer I want.
Bummer.
So yeah, we're working with people that we really believe that will grow and want to create that healthy relationship with. But if you're interested in that, you can follow me on Twitter either @High or follow our Twitter RadianceGG on Twitter or Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, all that. We're gonna start building those channels and like promoting it more.
And are you doing content as well, or is it mostly just the game stuff?
Right. Well, it's more of like a brand and a team more than just like a professional team. We're going to do content with our streamers, our players, the community event tournaments that we're running, a lot of cool different things to involve them.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And thank you all for watching. Excited to see kind of where your career goes with Riot.
Hopefully this goes well.
And excited
Riot
to
and
see you
Radiance.
with Radiance for sure.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Congratulations. And thank you all for watching. We'll catch you next time.